Yeah, man. Good evening, people. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. This is Delvin Sadler. Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, man. Welcome to another episode of Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, man. Beautiful people. Yeah, man. Life is something that you must value. Life is something that you should value and treasure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Live your life, people. Live your life. Live your life. Because you don't know when your number will call in life. You don't know when your number will call in life. So live your life. Live it right. Yeah, but you don't know when your number will call in life. You know what I mean? So while you are alive, live your life. Yeah, man. I delve in. Yeah, and this is another episode of Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, man. Live your life, people. Live your life. Yeah, man. Life is everything. Once you have life, yeah, that governs everything. So you must live your life. You understand? Don't let nobody tell you how to live your life either. You live your life or you choose to want to live your life. Be happy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Be happy. You know? Yeah, man. Be happy when you live. Live your life, live it right. Yeah, man. Big up for yourself, people. Here's another episode of Unscripted Anything Goes. And I am Delvin Sadler. Yeah, man. And thanks for joining, people. 7 o'clock is when we do this show. Yeah, man. My brother. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, CD Reds, my brother. Thanks for joining. Unscripted Anything Goes. Andrea Bygrave. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. We've got a nice subject matter for you today. Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about how you should cope with a spouse that has been laid off from their job. We're gonna talk about that tonight. So that is your subject matter. That is your subject matter. It to be laid off from your job is not something to use as a weapon against your spouse. But we're gonna tell you what you should not do and what you should do. Big up on yourself, people. I love you, Andrea Bygrave. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, man, I love you with all my heart. How beautiful to live morally, with dignity, and what you say, saturated with dignity. Yeah, man, I love you, girl. Yeah, man, Donna. Yeah, man, welcome, Donna. Welcome, Donna. Yeah, man, you think deep. You think deep, Donna. Deep, deep, deep. Yeah, man, you are well taught and you well studied. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, you're a source of information and knowledge. Yeah, man, I like the way you put forward your thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man, so live your life, people. Live your life. Live your life how you want to live. You know what I mean? Make no excuse for living. You live because you don't know when your number will call, when you actually depart here, yeah, when you don't have life anymore, yeah, when you're going to die. So while you have this thing called life, live it to the fullest too. Adelvin, yeah, man. Adelvin, Unscripted Anything Goes. Peter Murphy, my brother, thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. Jarolyn, I love you, girl. Yeah, I love you. I love you. Unscripted Anything Goes. So, yes, people, I am truly grateful that you're here. You know, for all of you that are here, the mere fact that you come to support, I am truly grateful. Yeah. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. You know what I mean? And for those that share the show, I want to tell you thank you also. You know what I mean? And for those that tune in to get information, if the information is of value to you and you feel that, you know what, it's good information that you get from the show, then I'm gonna ask you to share the show with your friends. Yes, what I mean? If it's something that you feel as if, you know, the show is quality stuff, it is good stuff, and it's stuff that you feel that someone should know about, then I'm gonna ask you to share the show with your friends, your family members. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, straight up. Unscripted, anything goes. Yeah, man, I love you, Geraldine. Yeah, man, I love you. Yeah, man, straight up. Cisse. Yeah, man, how you doing, my brother? Thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. Have you guys been following the World Cup of Soccer? Yeah, I hope you guys are following the World Cup of Soccer. It's pretty entertaining. Today, one of the top teams of all time in the competition got knocked out in this first round. And normally this team don't get knocked out because they are the defending champion. They're the Germany. Yeah, but they got knocked out today. They lost to South Korea 2-0. And that put them out of the tournament. You know what I mean? So I was home today, My days off are Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I was home today and I watched some of the soccer. I watched Brazil. A lot of people like Brazil to win the tournament, and they performed very well today. I'm not picking Brazil, but a lot of people like Brazil, yeah, a lot of people. Traditionally, the Caribbean countries rally around Brazil because the style of plays is similar to that in Jamaica. So they rally around them. But they're not my pick to win the tournament, but there are a lot of people's pick. Yeah, but for all the German fans, I want to say, there will be another time. The Germans will come back strong again. Yeah, man, straight up. It's good to plan ahead with insurance to help you with your mortgage and good life and good investment. Always be alert for a nice holiday and rest. Yeah, man, start over again. Yeah, man, you're right about that, Dana. Sometimes we don't think ahead and think that, the possibility do exist that because we work for people, circumstances can change within companies and layoffs become a possibility. And when that time occurs, if it does, then you want to make sure that you are properly prepared for that. That means you put aside money, and you also, if you can get insurance, you get insurance for losing your job. Yeah, so you're covered for a temporary period of time until you're able to get your feet back onto the floor. You know what I mean? So it's a very practical point that you've got there, Donna. All right? But first of all, let's deal with protocol. Yeah, people, you have the right to come on the cam and speak at any given time. When you do come on the cam, be respectful that we talk about ourselves. We don't talk about people that are different from us, people that are gay, bisexual, weird, queer people, whatever you want to call them, transgenders, all of that stuff. Yeah, we try to talk about ourselves. You can change the subject matter at any given point if you so want to do that. Yep, also, you're free to type openly as much as you want. There's no rules in this room, so we don't block anyone. Alright, straight up. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I haven't got a chance to watch a game yet because of my job schedule. Yeah, and that's the same thing with me too. I don't get to see the games in their a lot of the games because of our work, right? But today, because my off days are Tuesday, Wednesday, and there's no additional work for me to do at work, so I was able to stay home and watch the games. Yeah, man, I was able to watch the games and give thanks. It was some good entertaining football today, good entertaining soccer. All right, so we're gonna get straight into the show. For those people who have been laid off before and you have a spouse, all right, or for those who might be laid off in the future, all right, or for those who people don't have a spouse, but you might eventually get a spouse. Here we're going to talk about what to do with when your spouse is laid off, how to handle a laid off spouse. Yeah, man, straight up. Esmeline, my girl, I love you, girl. Yeah, I love you, girl. I love you, straight up. Hey, thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah, man, tonight we're talking about Yeah, man. How to deal with a laid off spouse. How to deal with that situation. It's a delicate situation to deal with because one minute things are okay, and the next minute, yeah, things are in chaos. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. From one minute things are okay, and the next minute things are in chaos. All of a sudden, you may have rent, mortgage, food, children to send to school, and all of these things that you have to be mindful of because your situation has drastically changed. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Esmelin. I love your girl. Yeah. So this information that I have here is from the foxbusiness.com. Okay. Yeah. We don't plagiarize people things, so we have to give credit where credit is due. All right, but there's a lot of information out there that you can source if you want. So please support the foxbusiness.com. Go ahead and check it out. You can go there and follow if you want to. All right. It says there's no question that losing your job is stressful. Yeah, it's very stressful. But it happens but if it happened to your spouse, the whole family feel the pressure. So it don't just affect the person that lose their job, nor their spouse. It affects the entire family. Knowing what to say and what not to say, yeah, can be very difficult, especially when emotions are running high. Yeah, straight up. You lose your job now, and in 2-3 weeks time or the next month, mortgage is due. Yeah, mortgage is due, and one person's income is not sufficient to carry the load. What to do? Yeah, straight up. A lot of emotions can come into play. Straight up, a lot of emotions can come into play because now you're in a predicament, a delicate situation. Yeah, man, straight up. So knowing what to say and what to do, it can be difficult. Yeah, because emotions are running high. So we're gonna delve deep into this situation. My brother Howard, how you doing, my brother? Thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. I love you, my brother. Thanks for joining. Yeah. It is very common for someone to think their spouse doesn't get it or that their spouse doesn't support them. Yep, straight up. It is possible for them to feel that way. Yeah, according to Gene Ball. Yep. You have to find a way, find a way to deal with this job crisis, and you have to be a career resilient person, straight up, where take the bull by the horn and actually work with your spouse, straight up. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Joy Arden. Thanks for joining Unscripted, anything goes. Although it's hard to know exactly what to say to your spouse, Mr. Bauer suggests that your spouse style of communication and know your spouse style of communication, and there's a line between supporting your spouse and getting too involved. Yeah. Big up yourself, Jacinta Sadler, my wife that I love her. Thanks for joining Unscripted, anything goes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, straight up. See, there's a line between how you talk to your spouse, how to be supportive, and also getting involved in the situation. So you have to know, because now you're looking at a bruised emotional person, that the person that lost their job. Even though you might have a job, if your spouse loses their job, they come home feeling empty because tomorrow, yeah, they're not going to a source that provide, yeah, money. Yeah, money to pay bills and to provide food. Hence, yeah, it's a bruised emotional person. Therefore, you got to know how to be supportive and how to get involved. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, man, darling, things are tight. So just gonna have to eat roast banana. Yeah, I have to eat roast banana with salt and sugar and water. Yeah, yeah. I will get a job soon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, sir. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a possibility. You have to cut back on everything. That's what Dana is trying to say. You have to now cut back and economize and try to actually, you know, do with what you have and try to get something. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, man. Very valid point, Dana. Yes, straight up. So if you're married and you're an introvert, there, you know, they're going to be want to you're gonna want to pursue with this very quietly. You're going to have to, even though you're gonna have to know how to deal with this thing quietly. If you're married to someone who likes talking things out, you need to lend an ear. You have to listen to your spouse now. You can't just be there and you're gonna want to butt in and chime in right away and throw out classes out there. You don't want to do that. You're gonna have to have a listening ear. That's one reason why people should save. Buy company stocks, enrolled in 401k plan, if you can afford it, because the sun doesn't shine one place every day. We have rainy days. Very valid point, Peter, my brother. Yeah, very valid point. You got to learn to know to what do you call it now? Put aside a percentage of your wages and then invest it for a rainy day. So when rainy day comes, you can now have easy access to it to tie you over until you can get another job. That is true, my brother. I fully agree with that. That's why I work 2 jobs. I learned my lesson. Okay, Geraldine, yeah. You balance a thing. Yeah, man, balance a thing, yes. Yeah, man, balance the thing. Yeah, which is good because you're in a one person household, so you can't take any risk. You have to make sure you have a balance. Straight up. Yeah, man. Let your money work for you. Don't work to your money. Don't work for your money. Yep, it's good. Invest wisely so that your money can actually do work for you, and you can actually benefit from your money working for you. Very valid point. You know what I mean? Straight up. Yeah, yeah. Very valid point. Very valid point. Straight up. All right. So, yeah, man. Big up yourself, my brother Sheldon. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. All right. So, the most important rule for keeping your home happy during a job setback, according to Mr. Bauer, is to keep the line of communication open. The communication line between you and your spouse must be very, very open. Yeah, man, straight up. Joy Spence, big up yourself. How you doing? You cannot be ashamed if you lose your job to come home and let your spouse know that. You know what? I've lost my job today. And you as a spouse who is now listening to the person that loses their job, you have to know how to deal with that person. What you say or what you do might actually have an effect on your spouse. So we're going to talk about how now you should actually deal with it. All right, straight up. Yeah, man. So, all right. So first, number 1, don't say, listen carefully now, don't say to your spouse if they come home and they've lost their job. Don't say to them, yeah, man, big up yourself, Joy. Yeah, man, I love you, girl. I love you. Yeah, man, we don't communicate as much as we did, But we need to talk more often. Yeah, man, how's life? Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man, thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. So don't say to your spouse, all right? Please, I'm begging you. None of you don't do this. If your spouse loses their job and they come home, don't say to your spouse, you don't make the financial decision around here. Yeah, because they lose their job. Don't tell them that no, they don't have an input into financial decision. Don't say that. Yeah, yeah, but don't say that to them. Yeah. Talk, make we hear what you say, cause I wanna hear this. Yeah, don't say to your spouse that Orville Pinot, big up yourself, my brother. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. So yeah, so don't say to your spouse you don't make the financial decision around here because they've lost their job. Don't say that. Yeah. Just because you're the only one making the money in the marriage right now, it doesn't mean that all of the financial decisions are yours. Yeah, according to Dr. Farrah Parker, he says that it doesn't mean that all the financial decisions are yours because you're actually in a union. All right, and a union is a partnership between actually you and your spouse. So your job is actually to pick up your spouse. Yeah, pick up the slack while the spouse now goes on the hunt again for a new job. So the decision making are actually up to both of you. Not because one person loses their job, meaning that input they don't have anymore. No, they still have the same input as you. Yeah, straight up. Because you're in a union. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, straight up. Unscripted. Anything goes. In the interest of the relationship, your spouse should never feel like their voice has been excluded because they're going through a rough patch at the moment. They shouldn't feel that way. No. Or a rough path or a patch at the moment. You should appreciate the same courtesy if you were in their place. So if you're one of those person that would lose your job, you wouldn't want to be excluded now from making a financial decision based upon the money that's available now because you lost your job. No, you don't want to do that. Mm-mm. The relationship goes on, the marriage goes on. Therefore, yeah, it should be equal partnership going forward, same way. Straight up. Straight up. Couples experiencing financial difficulty from time to time, most likely some of them contemplate divorce and all of these things. Don't let that thought get into your head to, you know what, he lost his job and you know what I mean, what am I doing with this person now, you know, we can't live how we used to live, so therefore, you know what, I'm gonna only give it 3 months, and you know what, if he doesn't get a job in 3 months, then I am gone. No, you cannot look at it that way, you know. Yeah, man, tell the woman them say laugh out loud. Yeah. Tell the woman them yes, laugh out those, cause at them treat man like dog when them lose them job. But a man don't make them feel terrible, especially in a church. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, because remember, you know, men are normally the hunter-gatherers in a relationship, right? We are normally hunter-gatherers. The women look at us as protectors and providers. We're supposed to genuinely be the source for what do you call now, financial stability in the house. So we are supposed to do whatever it takes to actually make ends meet. Yeah, we're supposed to do that. You understand? So the woman can feel let down sometimes. Some woman can feel let down if she's not as independent or not an equal contributor. Yes, she can feel let down that you have actually you have not kept up your bargain to fulfill the financial stability and the protector. Right? So in that sense, she has now become what do you call now? Yeah, what do you call it now? She don't see you as the stable force that she can lean on. So she started to look elsewhere. Yeah, a lot of time that happen. And if you watch that show on the TV, you'll see that. What they call it now? Fiance. People that like bring people in the country and they have a certain time to marry them. You see some of them, the men particularly, they give the impression to the woman that they have money. And they when they go overseas to meet these women, they flaunt, what do you call it now? They treat them so good and give them the impression that when they bring them back, they're gonna be in a stable situation. And when they come back realizing that the man has nothing, then you see them now start acting up, being disrespectful, and want to actually leave as well. So that create problem. So losing your job can actually be a deterrent. Yeah, it can cause conflict. It can cause real communication breakdown and sometimes divorce in relationship. So you got to know how to deal with it. You know, man. Carol Clevetson, big up yourself, girl. Veronica Darby, big up yourself, girl. Trika, I love you, girl. Chris Davis, my brother, thank you for joining. I love you, my brother. Thanks for joining. So you got to actually, don't let divorce creeps into your mind, but actually now work with your spouse to try to get them back to the point where they can now go out and get another job, or you have to now step into the gap, fill the gap until they can recover. Straight up. Yeah, man. Some of these women them some of the women them too, Delvin. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Straight up. So why add fuel to the fire and make the person feel like they're worthless? No, you don't make them feel like they're worthless. Make the person feel like their feedback is just as important as always. So there has to be normalcy. There has to be normalcy. Yeah, man, Valin, and Kamali. How you guys doing? I love you guys. I love you guys. There has to be normalcy. Same way in the relationship. You don't say, I'm not, if it's a man, it loses his job, you're not gonna say, oh, no money now come in, so you're not getting a sex. You're not gonna get a hug and a kiss, a morning, good evening. You know what I mean? You have to know, treat them just the same as if, yeah, they're an equal contributor. Yeah, you have to do that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Straight up. Let's see what Geraldine has to say. Some man treats women like dogs too, and wants to fight because they make more money than them. Yeah, than the woman them. Actually, that is true. That is true. So the person who normally makes the most money sometimes can actually feel as if you know there should be the dominant person. Yeah. Yeah, man. The dominant person, like they should be looked at as Jesus Christ, the Savior. Yeah. Like, they are the one who's actually of more importance in the marriage or relationship. And they want you to subject yourself to them. No, it shouldn't be that way. You're in a union, and in a union situation, both voices are equal. And even if the person loses their job, yeah, you have to be respectful and be mindful of that, because one form of disrespect can lead to a catastrophe that you don't want to get involved with or may not want to be involved with. Straight up. Yeah, man. Straight up. All right. In order to make your spouse feel included in the financial stability of the home, sit down with him or her and go over the family budget. So you guys sit down and now you construct a new budget based upon the income that you currently have. Yeah, straight up. Or savings that you have, or insurance money that will be coming to you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Even if it's bleak, even if it seems bleak, you have to sit down and talk about it. Straight up. Deciding to eliminate an expense or a smaller bill you know what I mean, or deprive yourself of some form of entertainment or something that is not, that can be eliminated and not cause damage to bills being paid. Yeah, man, you do that. You start, cut back on the grocery bills, eat less, save on water, save on the electric bills, by turning off appliances and lights and all of these things. Yeah, man. So you sit down and you work all of those things through. Get rid of a phone or a cable bill or a cable or something. So you guys sit down and you actually work through that based upon the income that is currently available. Yeah, and the monies that are currently available. So you cannot diminish the other person's contribution because they don't have a job. There should be an active participant based upon the fact that you're in a union, and you sit down and work through it together. They have to feel like they are a part of the relationship, that you are now relating to them by still giving them that equal share or contributing force in the financial aspect of the relationship. Yeah, man. So what to say to the person? So what should you say? I know it is tough. Yeah, I know it is tough, but we're still together in this. Yeah, we're still together in this. Yeah, man. I got your back. Yeah, man. We're still together in this. What do you think about we do it? Do we do this or do that or save on this so that we can actually put a balance to an imbalanced situation? Yeah, man, straight up, unscripted, anything goes. Yeah, man, my brother Colin, thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. Yeah, man, I love you, my brother. Thanks for joining. Yeah, yeah, man. The next thing, all right, don't say this, please. Don't say this to your spouse. I'm begging you, don't say this. Don't say, "How did you not see this coming?" How did you not see this coming? Yeah, how did you not see this coming? No, yeah, you gotta be supportive. Very supportive, my sister Valin. I love you that. I love that. Yeah, man. You got to be supportive. Don't say to them, "How did you not see this coming?" Yeah, man. All you're doing is making them feel, making them relive the pain, yeah, that their job is gone. Yeah, you're only rubbing salt in the wound to let them feel the pain. Yeah, yeah, man. It's like blaming them, saying, you're blaming them to say to them that um, you should have known that you were gonna lose your job. Yeah, and get out of there before they make that decision, so you wouldn't be out of a job. You cannot say that. Cannot say that. Yeah, and you should be planning for the situation and move on as quickly as possible. No, you cannot do that. You cannot rub salt into the wound. You got to have compassion, yeah, and empathy. Perfect, Valin. Yeah, man, you're hitting the nail right on the end. You got to have compassion and empathy with the person. Yeah, man. Overall, spouses of the recent unemployment, um, you got to steer clear of certain negative things when you're actually talking to your spouse. Asking someone if there were in any if there were any indication that they were about to get laid off and all of that. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to say, um, um, so. You didn't see the trend of the company, and was the company saying that they're losing money? Um, you know, um, you know, did you see people getting laid off in your department and all of that? So why didn't you move on and all? You didn't see new management come in, and you didn't see the attitude. You cannot say that. You're gonna have to know, work based upon the current situation and work together. So don't be saying to them, "How did you not see this coming?" Don't say that. Yeah, man. Straight up. Yeah, man. Gloria Bennett, thanks for joining. Unscripted, anything goes. Um, Yeah, man. So you remember, they're going over things in their mind, you know, until they feel that, um, you know, they're okay and have dealt with it and feels this stable and feel like, you know what, come to terms with it. No, you know, have to let them feel, you know, very comfortable, very comfortable. So what should you say to them now? What should you say to them? This is what you should say to them. This has been a good learning experience, you know, for when you move on to the next great opportunity that is going to come for you. This is a new, you know, a learning experience for the next great opportunity that is going to come for you. So now that you know what signs to look for. Yeah. Now, when you get the next job, which is going to be shortly, you can actually use this as a learning experience. Yeah, man, do not blame your spouse. Yes, straight up valid. Yeah, don't blame them. So you have to, it's a delicate situation when somebody has to deal with this. So you know, have to know how to hold the glass so that you don't cause it to fall. Yeah, you don't cause it to fall. Yeah, or you're not prying too much into it. You have to have a delicate balance. Straight up. Another thing that you should not say to your spouse if they loses their job, don't say, "How are we going to make it?" Yeah, man. Oh, we are gonna make it now. Yeah. Oh, we are gonna make it. Oh, are we going to make it? Don't say that. Don't say that. Please don't say that. Yeah, man, don't say that. Oh, are we going to make it? No, yeah. You should hold space for your spouse while he or she is going through the tough situation. Yeah, man, you have to stand in the gap. You have to stand in the gap. Very, very valid point, valid. You have to know, be that space to actually pick up the slack as much as you can while they now get back on their feet. You know, give them a hug. You know, give them a hug and let them know that things are actually gonna get better than they were before. Yeah, man, you have to do that. Remember, yeah, man, it's a very emotional thing. Big up yourself, my brother Vibe. Yeah, man, I love you, my brother. Thanks for joining. Unscripted. Anything goes. So don't say to them, how are we gonna make it now? Eh? How are we gonna make it now? Eh? Yeah, how are we gonna make it? Yeah. Remember, we have a trip to go to. We have a trip to go to, and you think if you think say we're not gonna do it, you make a sad mistake. You better go and get a job. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. No. No. Don't ask them how we gonna make it. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, your spouse is already under so much pressure. The last thing they need to hear is that you're worried about how the family is going to survive. That's the last thing that they want to hear. Yeah. That's the last thing that they want to hear. Yeah. They're already they are already blaming themselves for what has happened. They're already blaming themselves for what has happened, and they don't need to feel like they're being blamed for the stress at home too. They don't want to feel blamed for the stress that is going on in the home as well. Why are you going to point fingers at them? It's their boss that laid them off. Yeah. So, and something at work causes them to feel like as if, yeah, yeah, they're yeah, maybe I had something to contribute why this happened. And to come home now and then have my spouse pointing fingers at me saying, how are we gonna make it? Yeah, them don't want to hear that. So don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. You gotta be supportive. You're right about that, my brother. Yeah. You gotta be supportive. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Justin. Yes. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, man. So, yeah. Oh, drink some water. Yeah, man. Bring some water. Yeah, man, my brother. Yeah, man. Wife, just bring me some water. Yeah, man. Give thanks. Yeah, man. Can't forget it. Yeah, man. Straight up. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, big up yourself, my brother Raymond. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. So you got to be supportive. Yeah, you got to be supportive. So don't be saying to them, your wife hear you. Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, my wife hear me and come do that. That was very nice of her. Yeah, man, straight up. Give thanks. Yeah. So don't be saying to them, how are we going to make it? Because that's the last thing they want to hear at that point. Yeah, that's the last thing. Yeah, make a list of things that your family can do to cut back on the expenses, or write up some type of game plan to deal with your own thoughts on how the family now can make ends meet. So you can be a contributor to the fixing of the situation, or to lessen the stress in the situation, rather than contributing to more stress in the situation. So you can actually now be a supportive element to make the situation more easy to deal with. Even though it is tough to stay positive, something as simple as a list of what you can do to actually make the burden less stressful is a good and easy thing to do. Yeah, man. Your spouse will feel much better that you have the relationship interest and their interest at heart, rather than pointing fingers asking, how are we gonna make it now? Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man. When you make out the list, make sure that you allow your spouse to go through, the mourning process before reviewing it with them. So you give them a time now to digest the fact that, you know what? Yeah, I've been fired. I've been terminated. I've been laid off. You give them that time to process that, and to know, come to terms with it, or have some solace within themselves that, they are some acceptance of what transpired. And then you set out to them now in a nice, quiet conversation, communication style wise. I have some solutions as to how we can actually deal with the situation. Not say to them, how are we going to make it? And here's a list that I make. Let's look it over together. And if you have anything to contribute to it, or what you think we can actually improve upon this list, let's sit down and dialogue about it. Yeah, man, very, very important thing to do. Yeah, man, very important thing to do. Straight up. Yeah, man, there will be a natural period of time where they are extremely emotional. Yep. And in tears. Some of them cry, literal tears cup flowing from their eyes. I know in my previous job that I used to work, you got family, right? They were working there, two different departments, husband and wife. And when business are making decisions, they're not thinking that you're family, They're making decisions based upon what is best for their company, not you. Yeah. And unfortunately, they had to lay off, the husband and the wife. Cutbacks in two separate departments that affects both of them. Hence, it's a lot of weeping and mourning. A lot of weeping and crying, and you feel it for them. And, you try to give them a hug and tell them. But the reality of the situation is, no money is going to be coming in. How is it that they're going to deal with it? It's a good thing that we've got on this side of the world unemployment insurance, or employment insurance, that now can help you temporarily, right, for a period of time. So they were able to now use that, and the husband was able to pick up a job very shortly after. You know what I mean? Which lessened the stress on both of them. And eventually they got back onto their feet. They never actually point fingers or try to do that because they were both in the same situation. So, yeah, instead of blaming each other in this case, they had to now rally around each other. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Mega House. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, my brother. Give me a call, eh? Give me a call, eh? Yeah, Mega House. Yeah, my brother. Give me a call, my brother. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, man. Unscripted, anything goes. If yeah, man, the loss of a job, the spouse goes through the stage of grief, anger, depression, denial, bargaining, and acceptance. That is why supportive partner is important. Yeah, man, they go through um, everything when it comes to grieving. Everything. It coming like somebody dead. Yeah, it could be like somebody dead. It's the same process you go through when you actually lose a job. Believe it or not. Yeah, it's a very, very hurtful situation to deal with. It has a tremendous amount of impact on the individual. And what Valen just wrote down there, yeah, everything that is in that statement is quite valid. 100%. All of that. So it takes a while to grieve, to come to terms with what has happened. And then there's a mourning period, and then an acceptance period, and then you start to know, try to get back on your feet. Yeah, man, try to get back on your feet. You pick up the burden, and you just decide that, you know what, instead of staying there and grieving, I am going to actually try to actually move on from it. Yeah, so your spouse have to be supportive and stand in the gap. Yeah, man, stand in the gap. Yeah, man. So what should you say to your spouse? You're not going to say to them, oh my, how are we going to make it? This is what you should say to them. All right? Yeah, say this to them instead. I look at our savings account and I wrote down some of the things for us to look at, including a list of contacts who might be able to help. Yeah, a list of contacts who might be able to help. So now you're going to know, fall back on the resources that you have that can now lessen the burden of the fact that you're not employed anymore. Yeah, and you draw on that, and then you start to know, show them a way, if it's possible, that, yeah, they can now get back onto their feet. Straight up. Yeah, man, straight up. With love. With love. With love, you do that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, you should be a counselor. Camille, I should be a counselor. Yeah? Don't worry. It's all good, man. We all are counselors in our own way. We can each lean on each other's shoulder. You know what I mean? We're all our counselors. Believe it or not. Yeah, at some point we have to know, counsel each other. Yeah, we learn from each other. All right, the next thing is this. Don't say, this is what you should have done. Yeah, this is what you should have done. Don't say that. Don't say, this is what you should have done. Don't say that to a spouse that lose their job. Don't use the opportunity to tell this person what they should have done. They aren't in a place to hear it when they just lost their job. They're not in that position to hear, oh, this is what you should do. Me tell you enough work for that fool company there. Yeah. You just see how them treat them employee. Yeah, man, you should have go work over there, sir. Yeah. Straight up. You should have go work over there, sir. You know, see the way for how them treat you. Look how long you're supposed to be looking for a job. Don't do that. Yeah. They've just lost their job. And, yeah, they just lost their job. You cannot be talking to them like that. Yeah, man. And, you got to be, you cannot have them now start an argument or get angry or withdraw from you or take out their frustration on you as to how they feel. Yeah, that is just normal human nature and tendency to actually, either get angry, withdraw, or, take out their frustration on you because you're so like pushy. Yeah, this is what you should do. And, you don't want to do that. No. In some case, yeah, man, in some case, comment like this can actually cause the couples to fight about unrelated subjects. So other things now can now be brought in if you actually now push in and just try to bully the person, in a moment when they're down. Yeah. Other things can now be drawn into it and make a situation that you should be supportive now become a huge mess. You don't want that. You don't want that. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, D-Mat girl. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. Yeah. You can't now, be confrontational with the person or negative. Yeah. Bring negative energy into it. No. Yeah. Yeah, man. Avoiding any statement that could be, construed as, you know it all. Yeah. Or you're presumptuous and, you know what is best, or you have all the answers. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Yeah. Yeah, man, don't do that. Don't say this is what you should have done. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't say anything that puts your spouse on the defensive. Don't go on like you have to bully them so that they have to now defend themselves. Yeah. You should want to be supportive and listen and know that there will always be self-blame. The person is blaming themselves for losing their job. How much more they want their spouse now to start pile on other things on them. Yeah, how much more they want that. They don't want that. No, they want you to be supportive. Yeah, saying something that makes them blame themselves even more. Yeah, it can be shocking and create more negative energy than what they're already going through already. It just escalate a situation and make it worse. You don't want to tell them that this is what you should have done. Rather, this is what you must say. This is what you must say. Big up yourself, my brother Errol Archer. Thanks for joining Unscripted. Anything goes. I love you, my brother. So this is what you should say. I am sorry that this happened. Yeah. What I can do for you. I am sorry. This is what happened. That, I'm sorry you lost the job. What can I do for you, or what can I do to actually help you cope? And for us to know, make the situation more comfortable. Yeah, that means you want to stand in the gap. You want to actually be the partner that you're supposed to be in the time where you're needed, where your support is now needed, and you're balancing off or to pick up the slack to make things more comfortable. That is what you need to place yourself in. So you say to them, I am sorry, this has happened. What can I do now? Listening is a big one. Yeah, man. Big up, girl. Yeah, man. Do not give advice. They don't need advice, which could be misconstrued as giving false hope that can cause conflict or resentment. Yeah, man, you're right about that, girl. You're hitting the nail there right on the head. Yeah, you don't want it to be misconstrued. Yeah, no. You are just there to give support. And if they need you to do something now, you ask them what you can do and let them be now, the driver as to how to steer the conversation or to steer the situation. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man. All right, another thing that you should not say. All right? don't say this. I'm begging you. Don't say this to your spouse if they lost their job. Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe you get fired. I can't believe you got laid off. How the hell could you get laid off? How the hell you allow yourself to get laid off? No, you don't say that. You don't say, I can't believe it. Yeah, you don't do that. Don't say that. Yeah. Yeah, man. If your partner asks for your advice, you must be honest. Yeah. Yeah, man, straight up. You must be honest if they ask you for the advice. You know? With love, though. With love. Yeah. You can't believe it. Yeah, you don't do that. They're in an emotional state. Yeah. You can't believe what? It's happened. Yeah. You are now have to be in the position where they can lean on your shoulder. Not to actually point back finger. I can't believe it. Hold off. Oh, you're supposed to lose your job. Oh, you're supposed to lose the job. Bills have to be paid around here. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, man. Good night, Geraldine. Yeah, man. Sorry for the time. You have to leave. I'm going to work. Yeah, man. I know your thing, girl. I know your thing goes. Yeah, man. I know your thing goes. Another 20 minutes will be done anyways. But yeah. Yeah, man. Straight up. Yeah. So don't be telling them you can't believe. You can't believe it. Yeah. Compassion. Loving, empathy. Yeah, man. Straight up. You have to do all of that Valen just mentioned. Yeah, man. This is where your love is supposed to now come out naturally. Yeah, come out naturally. Because this is your lover, you know. This is your friend. This is the person that you decide to go into a union with. Yeah. This is the person you said for better or worst. Yeah. For the good times and for the bad times. Yeah. And this is now a situation where now one of the worst thing has happened. Them lose them job. They've lost their job. So you are now actually have to now accept that negative situation and put a positive spin on it. Yeah, so don't be saying to them you can't believe it. Yeah. If I had gotten this advice when it happened to me, I may still be married. Okay. Alright, yeah man, girl, yeah man. We'll live and we learn. There's a future coming, right? So in the future, if you do enter into another union with somebody, yeah man, at least we know how to handle it. Yeah, we now know how to handle it, yeah? Yeah, straight up. We got to learn to recognize that people have heart. People has heart. And the same way that you would want to be treated, that's the same way that you should look at treating others with respect and dignity, with love. Yeah, respect with dignity, with love. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, when you say things like that, you're only making the partner feel worse. Obviously, definitely. Yeah, very valid point, valid. Yeah, you will only make them feel worse. Yeah, you actually rip into their core. Yeah, and make them feel like shit. Yeah, you are actually making them feel like shit. The one person that they thought would show empathy. Yeah, the one person that would be supportive and be there for them. Now it's ripping them apart, saying, yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah, man, you can't believe it. How can you do that? You lose your job. Yeah, you're blaming them. Yeah. Yeah. Straight up. You're right about that, girl. All right. So, yeah. So you don't want to put fuel on the fire. Yeah, you don't want to put fuel on the fire. If you keep saying you can't believe it, your spouse is going to start thinking of reason why it happened. Yeah, and that's just going to make the person feel worse. You don't want to do that. A feeling of betrayal. You feel betrayed by the person when they do that. Most definitely. You don't want to have the person feel as if you're in it for yourself. Yeah, you're in it for what you can get from them. And if they're not in that situation, if they're not providing as they're supposed to because they've lost the source to provide, they don't want you to know, pointing fingers saying you can't believe it. No, you don't want that. Yeah, they feel betrayed by them, just as what Valen says. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, so saying things, let your partner know that it is a complete shock, only to extend the time it's going to take them to get over the initial shock. So you pointing the finger now is actually gonna make the person feel so worse that emotionally it takes a longer time to come to terms with the fact that they're in a bad situation, and to accept what happened and to go through that rehabilitative state where they now can recover from it. So instead, you put pour fire, fuel on the fire, and make a situation even worse. Yeah, man, Sharon Shepherd, thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. I love you, girl. Yeah, man, I love you. So we're talking about how to deal with a spouse that lost their job. Yeah. So if you keep repeating this, so as the days pass now, you are getting now disgruntled. You're getting now upset. You're in the state where, you start to now look at them in a different light. You cannot do that. So if you keep repeating this day after day after day, you can't believe it. What we're going to now show frustration. You make the person start to belittle them that, they're not doing their share or pulling their weight. You're just going to pull the person back to the mindset. If they were trying to get over it now and you keep going back to it, saying you can't believe it, then they won't get over it. You just keep pulling them back and pulling them back. Oh my God. Let me go. Why is it you've lost your job? Why is it? No, you can't do that. I need to get out of this relationship as soon as possible. Your worthless life. No, you cannot do that. You cannot point the fingers. No. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, my brother Kirk. Thanks for joining Unscripted Anything Goes. So what should you say? What should you say? Instead of you saying you can't believe it, you should say this. There is no need to panic. It's going to be okay. I've got your back. Straight up. There's no need to panic. That's what you should say. No need to panic, man. Give them a nice hug and let them know, you know what, I'm here for you. No need to panic. It's going to be okay. I've got your back. Straight up. We're a team. We're in this together and we will go through it together. Don't be pointing the fingers and says you can't believe it. Don't do that. Man, let's see what Valen has to say. Man. When you blame your partner for losing the job, emotionally, they will check out. And now you are in an happy situation that you are blaming each other for cheating and all of these things. So a lot of this situation can become now a big situation, because things can get added to the small situation that it was, or to that one situation, and to be it can be amplified tenfold. Yeah, straight up. They will become emotionally unavailable. So they will check out. They don't want to give you the love and affection, and therefore no sex and all of these things, and then could cause a cheating situation to occur. Yeah. Yeah, so you got to be careful. Don't be pointing finger. Instead, you know, you let them know there's no need to panic. It's going to be okay. You've got their back. You'll go through it together. Yeah, yeah, man. You'll find a solution to make the situation a lot better and comfortable, and help them get back on their feet. Yeah, man. Straight up. That's how you should handle it. All right. The next thing is this. Don't say to them. Do not say to them. Yeah. Did you get a job yet? Did you get a job yet? Yeah. You've been here for 2 weeks. Did you get a job yet? No, don't say that to them. Please, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't say, did you get a job yet? This is probably the top question that every job seeker hates to hear. Nobody wants to hear no one say to them, did you get a job yet? Yeah. It is even worse hearing it from your spouse. Yeah, because there's pressure to provide for the family. There's a lot of pressure that you're now going to place on them. Yeah. The emotional impact is so much to deal with that you don't have a job. And to have pressure be placed on you, even though you are trying or to overcome that emotional trauma that you had to go through in losing the job. More pressure is being placed on you from your spouse saying, did you get a job yet? No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Yeah. If you are curious about your spouse search, if you're curious about them searching for a job or whatever, ask them to sit down with you at the end of the week and discuss how they're feeling. Yeah, it's a good idea to help them talk through the progress and make them feel like, you're working with them as a team. Yeah, it's a good idea to make them feel like you're working with them as a team. Instead of, did you get a job yet? Did you get a job yet? No. You let a general communication, a general conversation, lead you to finding out how is the progress going in their job search. Yeah, you let it develop to become that, rather than to be on them. Did you get a job yet? It's 5 days that you've been here and you didn't get a job. Huh? Get off your ass and go get a job. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. No, it's your spouse. Big up yourself, Asman Williams, my brother. Thanks for joining. Yeah, man, I love you, girl. I love you, my brother. Thank you. I love you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Spouse must realize, too, that what goes around comes around. Your spouse might be out of a job today, and and 2, their years, 3 years, you may be out of a job. Yeah, 2 or 3 years, you might be out of a job, too. So treat your spouse as you would want to be treated in such situation. Very, very valid point. Yeah, what goes around can come around. So you might need them at some point to actually, to show empathy to you. You might need to now lean on their shoulders for support until you can get back onto your feet. Hence, you cannot burn your bridge. You cannot burn the bridge. that you intend to walk on. No, you have to know, be respectful in this situation as you would want them to show respect to you if you were in their position, or to empathize with you. Yeah, if you were in their situation. So you have to handle the situation as how you would want to be handled, with respect and dignity, with love. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man, so don't say to them, don't say to them, did you get a job yet? Don't say to them. Don't say that to them. Yeah, if your spouse or if your husband or your wife is looking for a job, you're probably going to be the very first person to know. Yeah, you're the first person that they will tell. Yeah. Asking them if they have a job yet is just a slap in the face. Yeah, it's just a slap in the face. Yeah, it's a very slap in the face. Straight up. Yeah, it's like you're belittling them. You're belittling their ability to actually do the proper search to get the job. Or they're not active enough, or they seem to be lazy. So it's like you're pointing a finger at them. No, you don't do that. No. So this is what you should say. Instead of asking them, did you get a job yet? What you should say to them is this. Yeah, you're making progress and your resume looks great. Is there anything you want me to go over with you? Or anything you want, any ways that I can assist you? So you make yourself be a part of the process, a part of them. You recognize that they're trying, and you know, be the source to lean on for any assistance if needed. That is what you do. Yeah, man, that is what you do. So those, no, yeah, man, I agree with Sharon Shepherd. Yeah, man, straight up. So those are the do's and the don'ts when it comes to dealing with a spouse, yeah, that loses their job. And they come home to you, they will rely on you now to actually empathize with the situation, show support, give love and affection, and don't treat them any less than what their contribution requires. They should be an equal and active partner in spite of, not because of. Yeah, because they're a part of the union, they're an equal, active partner. Hence, that respect is due unto them. Not because they lose their job, meaning that they are less significant. No, they're as equal important. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They're equally as important as you, the one with the job. Sorry. Hence, yeah, shared responsibility in spite of. Yeah, shared dialogue, love and affection. Everything that was there prior should remain intact. And you now have to be a very, very empathetic person towards your spouse and to give that support, because how you deal with it can actually either make the situation move smoothly or it can become worse to the fact that it may lead even to a divorce or a separation or a parting. Yeah, it can actually throw everything into limbo. and you don't want that. I think that at some point after the initial state of grieving, then both partners make a plan of actions and new goals. Yeah, man. Yeah, straight up. So you have to know, sit down after you get over that state. When the person now get a job, then you start to communicate and put action plans in place so that you can actually now as a mechanism, a safety mechanism to deal with situation like that if it arises again. Yeah, you put safety mechanism in place like savings, investment, in place. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah. Also set time for progress report and express idea. Yeah, it was very, 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 very important part of it there. Yeah, man, people. Yeah, man, very nice lecture tonight. I hope you guys learned something about proper communication with your spouse is needed. Whether they lose their job or they don't lose their job. You have to talk about these things. Really and truly, you must talk about these things. Yeah, just in case it does come up. It does arrive. Arises. Yeah, man. I want to change the subject. You want to change the subject? Alright then, my brother. What do you want to talk about now? Married life versus single life. Alright. Alright, no, alright. Tell you what we're gonna do. I can do a lecture on that. I can do a lecture on that. Yeah, you want me to do a lecture on that? Or you want to talk about? Because that's gonna go too long. It's gonna go too long. It's gonna go too long. Yeah, that is gonna go too long. Yeah, that's a topic in itself. Yeah, that's a what you call now. That's a lecture in itself. That could be 2 or 3 lectures in itself. That's very broad based. Marriage life versus single life. Yeah. So yeah, man. We'd have to do. Yeah. All right. Tell you what, Delvin will do that tomorrow. I did promise somebody that I would do something else tomorrow. Hopefully they can actually. Yeah, I did promise someone that I'll do something tomorrow, but I'll do this tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do this tomorrow. So forgive me, the other person. I'll do the other one Friday. So tomorrow, Thursday, yeah, I'll do this one tomorrow. Marriage versus single life. Yeah, so yeah, man. Yeah, man, straight up. Yeah, man, I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, man, people. I hope you guys enjoyed the lecture tonight. And it's a very nice. When it comes to finances in your house, this is very important because the possibility do exist that one person could lose their job or even both. And you got to know to cope and to deal with the situation. You have to learn how to deal with it because the consequences, is very, very, very severe if it's not dealt with properly. It could quite possibly be severe. Yeah. Arguments, quarrel, discontent, chaos. Yeah. Possibly divorce or separation or somebody move out or cheating. Yeah. Cheating. Yeah. Yeah, man. You have to know how to deal with it. So if you guys follow everything that I said here, just go. When it arises, if you forgot, just come back to the show and watch the show. Watch the show. Yeah, guy. Yeah, it just might help. Might help. Straight up. Yeah, man, people. So we're here tomorrow again at 7:00. We're gonna talk about marriage life versus single life. Yeah, man. Try to get a lot of people tomorrow, especially some who are married and some who are single. And let's have a dialogue on it. Yeah, I'll come with a lecture, but I would prefer open dialogue, because what happened, some people were married and they become single and they're more contented with not being married. Yeah, and some people are single and wish if they were married. Yeah. Wish if they would married, you know? Yeah, straight up. Yeah. Yeah. While marriage people are some of them are saying, you wish if you didn't married, me wish if me did single. You understand? So yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons to being married. A lot of pros and cons to be singles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna touch on that tomorrow. Delvin, yeah, I have a concept in my head already because we've done a lot of shows similar to that. But tomorrow, we want people in here. If you have been married, yeah, get people so we can actually make it interactive. Then I have to go through the lecturing. I don't mind the lecturing, but I prefer when it's interactive. Then you get practical, what do you call now, information. Mm-hmm. Straight up. Yeah, man, so people, we're here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So join us tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I'm going to turn in early tonight. Yeah. Yeah, man. So we're here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So remember, to embrace conservative values, we don't have badges nor guns, so we must support the police. Until tomorrow at 7. I love you guys. Mwah! Michael Clapp, my brother. I love you, my brother. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye-bye.